What's up, everybody? Weston here, still sick, back with the Hidden Gibbon, back with another viewer request deck tech video. Just wanted to give a quick heads up before we start. Here for like the next week, we're probably going to be doing primarily Lorwyn Eclipsed deck techs. I've got to get those built, tested on the Moxfield tester, and then get those up. And then for those of you who are still waiting on a few deck techs for viewer requests, those will come out probably next week. Alongside or alternating with some of the Lorwyn Eclipsed deck techs. So, without further ado, let's get straight into Firelord Azula viewer request, shall we? So, Firelord Azula probably needs no introduction by this point, as pretty much everybody knows who she is at this point. She's one of the strongest cards to come from the Avatar: The Last Airbender set for Commander. She is a 4/4 for 1 generic, 1 blue, 1 black, 1 red, also known as Grixis, with Firebending 2, which is whenever this creature attacks, add double red. This mana lasts until end of combat. Whenever you cast a spell while Firelord Azula is attacking, copy that spell. You may choose new targets for the copy. So, this is a Storm deck, kind of, in a way, right? And that's what we're going to try to do today, is do a few things with some Storm, try to cast our stuff, get it out there, get it good. So, let us see what we can do today. So, we have 22 creatures, which honestly I think might be a little high for a kind of Spellslinger deck that we want to do. Let me know in the comments down below if you think it's too high. I tried to maximize what we were doing with each of these creatures, but I think we can cut a few of them, especially higher cost ones. We have Archmage Emeritus, which is Magecraft. Whenever you cast or copy an instant sorcery spell, you draw a card. So whenever we're going to be casting or copying our spells, we're going to be drawing cards to help generate more fuel for the fire. We have Ashling Flame Dancer from good old Modern Horizons 3, which is you don't lose unspent red mana as steps and phases end. I gotta dig out my copies of these wherever I may have put them. I have a million of them. I just don't remember where I put them. And Magecraft, whenever you cast or copy an instant sorcery spell, discard a card, then draw a card. If it's the second time this is resolved, Ashling deals 2 damage to each opponent and each creature they control. If it's the third time, you add 4 red mana, which is not difficult to do in a deck like this. Then we have Birgi, there to keep your red mana. We have Calidus Assassin. This is one of the iffy cards I was iffy on, which is Flash and Polymorphine. You may have it enter the battlefield tapped as a copy of any creature on the battlefield, except it has when this creature enters the battlefield, destroy up to 1 other target creature with the same name as this. So, like, you're not going to be using it to destroy something, because it says destroy up to 1 other. You don't have to. But you can. And it's just, it can be used to copy some of your other creatures, non-legendaries, of course, which can help get you some utility. It can be reused as removal. I don't know. It's like, I put it in here because I can see some use for it. Especially with things like a Goblin Electromancer or Gutter Snipe and things like that, or Cunning Nightbonder, but you know. Then we do have Cunning Nightbonder, which is Flash. Spells with Flash you cast cost 1 less to cast for and can't be countered. We have Ancient Copper Dragon in here. I put this in here with Aggravated Assault to potentially give us a whole bunch of attack phases, so that way we can keep building up our red mana and keep just going with our Storm. We have Electro Assault Battery. Same thing as Birgi. It's going to keep your red mana around. We have Goblin Electromancer. Makes your instant sorceries cost 1 less. Gutter Snipe shoots everybody for 2 every time you cast an instant or sorcery. We have High Fade Trickster, which is Flash Flying, and you may cast spells as though they have Flash. So that synergizes really well with Cunning Nightbonder. Sorry. It does not quite, because this lets you play them as Flash. This gives them Flash. You'll have to forgive me. The Sickness Delirium brain is making my brain fog like just the worst thing. We have Long Shot Rebel Bowman. Non-creature spells you cast cost 1 less, and whenever you cast a non-creature spell, it deals 2 damage to each opponent. We have Ogier Pakpatik, which gives all of your instants rebound, which allows you to recast them from exile on the next upkeep. We have Ozai the Phoenix King, also pretty expensive, but he does have Firebending 4 and Haste, and if you lose unspent mana, that mana becomes red instead, and he has Flying and Indestructible as long as you have 6 or more unspent mana. You also don't lose that mana. Stormcatch Mentor, instants and sorceries cost 1 less. He has Prowess and Haste. Stormkiln has Magecraft. If you get a treasure token every time you cast or copy an instant or sorcery, then we have the Blue Spirit, which is you may cast the first creature spell you cast each turn as though it had Flash. Whenever a non-token creature you control enters during combat, draw a card. We have the Unagi of Kiyoshi Island, which is Waterbend 4, and whenever an opponent draws their second card each turn, you get to draw 2 cards, so helps refill when people try to refill their hand. Tidal Barracuda, any player may cast spells as though they had Flash, but your opponents can't cast spells during your turn. So, although it does make things chaotic during your opponent's turns, if it sticks around, it helps protect you against things that your opponents will do. You know what? I'm going to remove this, because there's actually a new card from Lorwyn Eclipsed I want to add into here. Hexing Squelcher. So Hexing Squelcher is, this spell can't be countered, War paid 2, spells you control cannot be countered, and other creatures you control have ward pay 2 life. That's pretty good. So that's what's going to replace that. We have Veyran, Voice of Duality, which is Magecraft. Whenever you cast a copy, an instant or sorcery spell, Veyran gets +1/+1 until end of turn. If you cast or are copying an instant or sorcery spell, causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger. That ability triggers an additional time. So like with Azula, it is a triggered ability of whenever you cast a spell while Firelord Azula is attacking. So then it will trigger, causing it to happen twice. So then you're going to copy the thing twice, and it just gets bonkers from there. We got Vivi, Ornithir in here. It gives you mana, pings people, just busted all around. Zuko for Firebending, and lets you play the top card of your library if you exile 4/3. And then Zuko, Firebending Master. You Firebend X, where X is the number of experience counters you have, and whenever you cast a spell during combat, you get an experience counter. So you'll get quite a few going. Sorceries. We only have 7, because the main thing we want to do is instants here. We do have Blasphemous Act in here. We do have Past in Flames to give our stuff flashback until end of turn. We have Mana Geyser to add a whole bunch of mana. We have Sozin's Comet. And we have Torment of Hailfire. Now, mind you, there are spells that we have put in this deck that allow you to cast things as though they are instants. So say you get to add a bajillion mana to your mana pool. You could Torment of Hailfire somebody during your attack step. But some big standout ones here are, we have Grape Shot, which deals 1 damage to any target, and Storm. We also have Mind's Desire, which is shuffle your library, then exile the top card of your library. Until end of turn, you may play that card without paying its mana cost. It has Storm. So say you cast 10, 15, 20 spells during your attack step, you cast Mind's Desire, and then you're just probably going to win the game at that point. For instance, we have Abandoned Attachments. It discards a card, draws 2. We have an Offer You Can't Refuse. Counters a spell, they get 2 treasures. We have Big Score. Discard, draw 2, create 2 treasures. Bolt Bend. It costs 3 less if you control power 4 or greater. Change the target spell or ability to a single target. We do have Born Upon a Wind. We have Brain Freeze. Also, fun fact, I opened up 3 Jumpstart booster boxes and managed to open 0 Bolt Bends. 0, friends. We do have Brain Freeze in here to mill people out. We have Seething Song. We have Chaos Warp. Dark Ritual. Demand Answers, which is sacrifice an artifact or discard a card and you draw 2. We have Desperate Ritual, Frantic Search, draw 2, discard 2, untap 3 lands. Narset's Reversal is copy target instant or sorcery spell, and you can return it to its owner's hand. You may choose new targets for the copy. Fun fact for you, because I did have to clarify this for somebody. Say you cast Sozin's Comet, you can hold priority, which will then you cast Narset's Reversal. You can copy it, and it will give your creatures 2 instances of Firebending 5. In addition to, like, say, you know, Firelord Sozin has Firebending 4. So then he'd have Firebending 4, Firebending 5, Firebending 5. adding 14 mana to your mana pool when he attacks. Just a fun little thing for you. Prismari Command. You can choose 2, deals 2 damage to a target, draw 2, then discard 2, create a treasure token, destroy an artifact. Pyretic Ritual adds mana. Redirect Lightning, which is as an additional cost. You can pay 5 life or 2. Change the target of target spell or ability with a single target. Terminate for some removal. Also, you know, copies. Last Agni Kai, also going to be very strong. We have Thrill of Possibility, which is discard a card, draw 2. Lightning Bolt, Unexpected Windfall for the draw, discard, and treasure tokens. And Waterlogged Teachings, which is search your library for an instant card with flash. Instant card or a card with flash. Reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle your library. We do have Mithril Coat in here to protect us, as well as Brotherhood Regalia and Whisper Silk Cloak, so that way our Azula can get through without being mogged. We do have ourselves some enchantments. We have Aggravated Assault, which I mentioned earlier, which with Firebending or with Ancient Copper Dragon, you can get infinite attack steps and thereby infinite mana, or functionally infinite. We have Arcane Bombardment, which is when you cast your first insert sorcery spell each turn, exile an insert sorcery card at random from your graveyard, copy each card exiled with this, so this piles up and does cumulatively more. Fated Firepower. It comes with X fire counters on it, and then if a source would deal damage to your opponent, it deals that much plus whatever you paid for X. Firebender's Ascension. When it enters, you create a 2/2 red soldier with Firebending 1, and whenever a creature you control attacking causes a trigger of an ability or a creature, you put a quest counter, and then if it has 4 or more, you may copy that ability, so then your Firebending abilities will trigger a second time. Fire Nation Occupation gives you a soldier, and whenever you cast a spell during an opponent's turn, create a 2/2 red soldier creature token with Firebending 1. Leyline lets you play your stuff as though they have flash, and that's pretty good. 1,000-Year Storm gives all of your stuff essentially storm. Whenever you cast an insert sorcery spell, copy it for each other instant and sorcery card you've cast before it this turn. You may choose new copies. We have 37 lands, including Arena of Glory to give Azula haste to get us started off right away. Fire Nation Palace, which you can tap 2 and tap it to give a creature Firebending 4 until end of turn. Maze of Ith, so if you don't have one of your unblockable things, you can use it to untap your Azula, get the Firebending trigger, and not let it die. We have Rogue's Passage and Secret Tunnel to allow them to get through. And yeah, other than that, we do have Xander's Lounge, Rakdos Carnarium, Is It Boilerworks, Steam Vents. We did throw some Shocklands in here to power it up a little bit. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. As always, if you want to see your commander made into a deck tech, drop it in the comments down below. I tried to do my best with this one. I, myself, am not a huge fan of Azula. She's just super strong. And I have been building some more niche commanders out of the set. But now we're going to be turning the page on Avatar: The Last Airbender, though you'll still probably see some commanders pop up from it now and then because I love the set, but we gotta focus ourselves on some Morrowind Eclipsed. I am Weston with the Hidden Gibbon, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.